Good morning, guys. Welcome to day 81 until I'm a YouTube millionaire. I wanted to talk a little bit about Elon Musk and his recent escapades with the one Ashley St. Clair. Now, Elon Musk officially has, probably more, but officially has 13 children by 4 women. 2 of them to which he was married at one point in his life. He wants to build a compound, I believe in Texas, basically like a palatial estate type of thing. The guy's worth $400 billion, so imagine what that would look like, where he houses all of his children and his 4 women, wives and paramours. I've said this many a time. If we don't do something about the population crisis in the Western world, that population crisis being that it's going to collapse, essentially like what's happening in China right now, because they instituted a one-child policy several decades back, and now they're reaping the catastrophe that ensued from that. Their population is collapsing, at least from what I have heard and what I've seen in the statistics. So if we don't do something about this now, before it becomes horrible, our country will collapse. We will have a population collapse that's biblical in proportion. And I think Elon Musk is taking it upon his own shoulders to single-handedly repopulate the planet. I'm only saying that half facetiously. This is part and parcel to what I mentioned many a time. Roughly 75% of the kings of the Old Testament, and some even in the New Testament, like the emperors and stuff, had multiple wives and many concubines and paramours, harems, stuff like that. King Solomon had 300 wives and 700 concubines, or something like that. I can't remember the exact number. I don't even think it states the exact number in the Bible, but it's a lot. And he was also the wisest man of his time. And God said he was the wisest person to have ever been born and that would ever be born, meaning the most intelligent. Elon Musk is literally building rockets to send us to Mars. He's sending up satellites to give us all internet. He's making the best electric cars that we've ever seen in human history. He's run PayPal, and he's probably got an IQ of around 175, if I had to guess. He's a statistical genius. I don't give a hell if he wants to have 100 kids, which is to say, I want him to, because his worst day of being a father is better than 90% of men and women's best days of being a father. It is our primary responsibility to be financially stable individuals, to provide for our family. It's not even really something that's expected until you're at least 7 years of age for you to have any closer association than simply tacit with your dad. And they help you to become, to have your coming of age, to become an adult, teach you how to go hunting, for example. If you look back in tribal times, the woman would take care of the child for the first 7 years of their life until they were big enough to go out and start doing the dangerous stuff with their dads. If he's having these relationships with these women, and they're raising the children until they're at least 7 years old, on their own, because if they're living in a compound, then he's providing for them, then he's going to do just fine as a dad. Now, there's always the situation where the children, just to be contrarian, intentionally make their lives horrible, to make their dad look bad. There's always the possibility that that'll happen. It does. Because, even if you're provided the very best living conditions that the world has ever seen, and there's no doubt about that. We live in The very most affluent period in human history, writ large, period, end of story. And he's the richest person on the planet to boot. If he has 13 children, I think we're okay. Rod Stewart, by the way, is a devout Christian, from what I can remember. I think he's Catholic. And he has 8 children. Never married any of the women that he had children with. I think Rod Stewart's a good guy. It's the responsibility of the man to financially provide for the family. This is something that Elon Musk has no problem with. He's totally fine. If each child costs $300,000 over the course of 18 years to raise, then do the math. He can raise thousands of children if he really wanted to. I'm being rather blunt, brusque, abrupt, curt with my discussion here. But this is not something that, one, we even need to focus our time and energy on, because he's doing other amazing things, like Doge, for example. So I think it's a good thing that Tim Pool didn't really make a big thing of it on his show a couple days ago. He just basically made it the headline, and that was about it. By the way, Elon Musk has got great taste in women. Ashley St. Clair is a babe. And she's also pretty wealthy in her own right, and insanely intelligent. So, okay. Son of a biscuit. Elon Musk made just a horrible decision, didn't he? The children are going to be taken care of. Hopefully they don't become horrible people just to spite Elon. But assuming that's not the case, they're going to be just fine. Anyways, that's all I got for today. Love y'all. Peace.